14 years. That's a long time. I don't care if it's a marriage. I don't care if it's employment. I don't care if it's a friendship. Just 14 years is a long time. And that's the relationship that I and so many countless Philadelphia Eagles fans had with Big Red. And now he is officially like Big Red in red out in Kansas City. So, yeah, you know who I'm rooting for at least. Now, I'm not betting with my heart. 5 bets in 5 minutes coming your way, but Big Red's in the house. He's going to get the proper respect here. All right. The other guy, the young kid, the young kid on the other sideline, he's not getting anything yet. All right. This is all about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and some idiot in Cincinnati. All right. And we'll leave it at that. Start the clock. 5 bets in 5 minutes begins. It's already begun. You've hit the thumbs up button, right? You've subscribed to the Odd Shopper channel, right? Kansas City Chiefs minus 1.5. That's the first one. All right. Patrick Mahomes, forget the injury. The injury is inconsequential to everything I'm doing moving forward, including in the NFL parlay video as well. Check that out. But Patrick Mahomes is 40-9 straight up at home. He's 6-3 straight up, 9-0 against the spread as a dog. Depending on when you got this, you may have gotten Kansas City as a dog. Opening lines, closing lines. Is it an opening line trend, a closing line trend? We're looking at it as when you got him, you should feel fantastic about. Now, here's the kicker. He's 9-3 in 6-point teasers in the postseason. 9-3. And the Chiefs are fine. Absolutely fine. And we love Kansas City here to open things up. Now, second play is going to be over 50.5. Mahomes is fine. That's why we're going Kansas City. I don't have any concern. And looking at what he's done, he wins games. The total, I want to move this to 50.5 and go over it. Why? Because you're going to get value in return from moving. And I know, like, there's a really distinct school of thought that will tell you alt lines and totals. It's already baked in. It's fine. You're not going to get rich moving totals 2.5 points, but you can gain a small advantage over time if you're playing off key numbers. And we've moved this to the highest of key numbers, but you're also banking and expecting and playing and betting accordingly that you're going to have points scored in this game. Both teams' offenses can move the ball down the field effortlessly at times, if not more often than not. So we're good looking at it to the standpoint of getting that total and moving it over 50.5. Now, you got to get touchdowns in the air at this point. This is a risk, and I understand that it's a risk, but I'm willing to take this risk with a healthy Patrick Mahomes. You can look at numbers, you can look at stats, game logs, you can look at all the things that Patrick Mahomes has behind him. This is the playoffs. Things tend to change a little bit. Things tend to elevate a little bit. Guys come out and do stuff that you haven't seen before a little bit, right? So I'm good looking and trying to identify possible value and more just risk reward. We don't talk about that phrase a lot in betting because everybody just wants to win. But we're taking risks all the time. Every single wager we place has risk associated with it. I think there's significant reward here taking 3 passing touchdowns for Mahomes, who we know they like to throw in short yardage, goal line type red zone situations. McKinnon, Kelsey, you've got targets there. Give me over 2.5 for Patrick Mahomes. Now it gets a little interesting here, right? It gets just a little interesting because you can take this a couple of ways. I just gave you 2.5 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes. This is where I think, again, we're going over. This is not a parlay, so you don't have to worry about correlated value or anything along those lines. We're simply going over, again, the risk reward here to get to 25 points versus the Bengals getting to 24. We're talking about a very realistic chance in which if you are over 50.5 points, guess what? Both of these team totals are going over. Hence, the total going over 50, technically 51. But that's fine because that's a victory for us at 51. 23.5 and minus 125. I get it. You're betting into a vig in different places. But for the straight purposes of this, over 24.5, sign me up. Chiefs get points. All right? Boardman gets paid. Chiefs get points over 24.5. Last one for you. Now, you know you know we got to hit something crazy. You know that I just can't let you get out of here without something wild. Andy Reid. Do it. All right, let's get it, Reid. Coach Reid, Big Red, let's get it. All I need for you to do is just wildly. When he was here in Philadelphia, he had awful, like some of the worst clock management. And then the challenge came out. We were just like, no, this is insane. And then we found out that he was, they had somebody on the staff who was telling him when to challenge. And we're like, oh my God, you're still screwing it up. Challenge happy, Pappy in the house. All right. That's Big Red to you. Plus 110. And this is a push. You get your money back. I think it's worth, again, the risk reward. Zach Taylor challenges every, first quarter or something? Is there a trend that's betting into this, or is it simply the market? I'm willing to go against the market here with that plus 110 and say that it's a bunch of idiots who don't know what the hell they're doing. 5 bets in 5 minutes. We'll run it back for you. Let me tell you can turn $5 into $200. That's pretty cool. That's happening at DraftKings. Click a link below. There's my big-ass head for you as well. Doesn't matter. Same spot, same destination. I want you to take 90 seconds out of your life. Sign up either below or through that QR code next to my head. You have to be 21 or older. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And you have to be in a state where you can legally place a wager. I know you're on DraftKings already. Maybe somebody you know isn't on DraftKings. Maybe somebody in your house, your wife, your husband, your child who's over 21, or your grandparents. Somebody is, I've been telling you about DraftKings. All you need to do is put a $5 wager on the Philadelphia Eagles on the spread, and it's going to turn into $200 instantly. You don't need to wait for this game to kick off. You don't need to wait for any of that shit. It's going to happen right away. Okay? Okay. 5 bets in 5 minutes. Chiefs minus 1.5. Over 50.5 total. Over 2.5 Mahomes touchdowns in the air. Over 24.5 team total for the Chiefs. Chiefs will make the first coaches challenge at plus 110. Don't worry about the parlay here. It's all this and that. They're ready up for you. Hey, time's up. All right. As the famous rapper OC once said throughout a song that I think is probably one of the most heavily quoted songs in hip hop. But you've got, 2 days left? You've got 2 days left to jump in on the Discord right now. ES Insider first week is free. That's it. Like after a couple of days, this first week free thing is done. So if you've been waiting and I'll get to it. Today's the day to get to it. Now, today, the weekend, that's it. It's going to be gone. Just like the Niners and the Bengals, we'll see you. So I want you to jump in on this now. ES Insider, your first week is free. All right, well, what have you done for me lately, Shander? This is what we've done in the Discord. On January, by the way, we've got parlays for days. So if you're watching this, you're an NBA fan, you're a baseball fan, you're a hockey fan, college basketball fan, I've got multiple parlay tickets in the Discord going right now as you're watching this video. So I know you love your parlays. I have you covered on my page. Nobody's giving you more parlays than me per post on this entire channel. I promise you that. This is what we did January 11th. We placed wagers on both McCaffrey and Mixon to lead the playoffs in rushing yards. All we needed them to do was win 3 games. And that in turn, better odds than each team that they play for to win the conference. So we bet them to essentially head to the Super Bowl. Look where we are right now. ETN's out. Barkley's out. Jones out. Pollard out. You've got Kenneth Gainwell, who's not even the lead back, and Pacheco, who's a little bit behind both of these two guys. They could lose, and technically, I guess, but come on. Either one of these guys wins, we're cashing tickets. That's all there. First week is free. You've hit the thumbs up button. You've subscribed, and now you're going to win some tickets.